Hello guys, it's your brave newbie bro, Paul Hipster here again. I'm just going to do a video with you guys for the 1010 Escalation or DED sights. This one I'm doing is a Sansha 10 out of 10 sight. Using a Tengu, quite blingy fit. Three different types of missiles that I like to use. It's the heavy assault missiles I'm using on this fit. Three different missiles I'm using are Mjolnir Rage heavy assault missiles, Mjolnir Javelin heavy assault missiles, and for the final structure in the last room, room 5, I use Scourge Rage heavy assault missiles. Let's fly out to the site and we can jump in.
Warp drive active.
As you can see here, it's the Centis Assembly TP Code Dead Space Complex. Now, before we launch into the site, obviously make sure you've got the correct missiles loaded. Activate all your active mods. So I'll pop these on. Rangefinder. Right click on gate, activate gate. A pop-up window will tell you you're going 5 different rooms, and on we go. You will notice at certain points through this video I will fast forward when there is no need for me to be talking. Now, upon entering the room, you will see a multitude of NPCs. The way I like to work it is lock up everything closest to me. Now, fit I've got allows me pretty much to sit still in most cases. So I'll lock up the big battleships here. Always take out the first battleship, then I'll switch over and I'll take out the 3 smaller targets. Lock on with the last battleship, put them over there. Lock on the last battleship and make my way over towards the other groups. Now, in this first room, this tower here, the True Power Assembly Security HQ, if you get within 25 kilometers of this structure, you will get webified and it reduces your speed greatly. Some people like to stay away from it. Me, personally, don't really care whether I'm webified or not. As long as you've got your prop mod on, you're burning at a decent pace, then you shouldn't have much to worry about. Slaughtering through these pretty fast. What I'll do is up to the top left, you'll see there's another battleship over here. He's 45 kilometers away, so I'm going to approach him, prop mod on, make sure you're constantly firing, and just burn over towards that guy. Go over towards him, and then you'll see in the video, I'll fast forward it so I'm not boring you too much, but you swing over there, down round to the right, and then up towards that last group. Some people will tell you the best thing to do is to take out the battleships first. One thing to take note of is battleships will, in all rooms, burn away from your location. So they are basically trying to fly out and kite out your range, basically. Away from you. Little small ships, little destroyers, these sort of things, these will all burn towards you, and from what I've noticed, your battle cruisers, they tend to just hang fire. Sometimes they'll come closer to you, sometimes they'll fly away from you. So if you take out the battleships while flying between battleships, you can work on battle cruisers and the other sort of little destroyers, etc. Now, you'll notice I'm now webified by the tower, as I am within 23 kilometers of it now. My speed's dropped dramatically. it's actually dropped right down because I've turned the prop mod off. But you'll see that it's dropped quite significantly from the original.
My module has run out of charges.
The speed that I was flying at. Now, I'm just going to lock up targets and power through this until I'm ready to actually activate the gate, and I'll speak to you then. Okay, so you might notice a little jump in the video there. I had neutral and local, and just to save the whole hassle of having to fight in mid-video and any embarrassment of me getting killed or whatever, I just decided to take a wee dock up and come back and see you guys. So, burning in towards the gate now, as the site of this first room obviously has been cleared prior to my exit. One thing I would like to mention about this structure in the first room, as much as it slows you down and like webs you right down to pretty much nothing speedness, it does actually serve its purpose to help you. Now, if you wanted to take that structure out, I believe you need the DPS of like 1500 to 2000 DPS in order to take it out. But as I said, it serves its purpose with being there due to the fact that now that I'm actually past this room and into the next room, any neutrals that come into the system scan you down with their combat probes and decide to come out here and try and take you. They will come to the same entry gate that you came out when you were coming out here.
Warp drive active.
So now I'm going into room 2 now. So they'll come out to basically the same gate that you were to access here. Then they'll jump into this room and they'll have to access the gate that I'm going through now. Now, in order to get to that, obviously they need to fly through that web of fire. So it does actually help to slow people down upon getting to you. Now, this room's a little bit easier than the first one. Don't worry anything about room 1, room 2, room 3, any towers within there. There is towers you need to worry about later on. Again, lock up the closest. Oh, not that one. Lock up the closest ones. As it says, battleships, go for them first and work your way around. Again, this room's pretty simple. I'll speed it up for the sake of you guys having to watch it, and I'll catch you on the gate again. Yep, that's me just heading in to go into room number 3 now. As I says, don't worry about turrets. The reason, well, you can see here, turrets are just going to act as obviously an extra bit of DPS against anything that comes through. Like somebody scans you down, as I said in the previous room. Get past the web of fire, they get into this room, they've still got a couple of turrets that'll start hitting them. Same with the next room, a few turret, I think it's just the one turret within that room to hit them. Every little bit helps, a bit more damage on them by the time they get to you, then all the better. This room, pretty much the same as room 2. Lock up the stuff closest to you, take out battleships first, move through the small stuff, basically just circle round. I usually go left to right, or in this room sometimes I go straight down the middle and then kind of circle it a little bit. But as I said, lock up the big ships, take them out, take out the smaller ships, and I'll just speed it up. Again, you'll notice there's only the one turret in here, cruise missiles, nothing to worry about, just leave it sitting there. It shouldn't do very much in the way of damage to you. As you can see my ticks flying past, nothing's doing very much damage. I'm sitting at 0, doing nothing whatsoever speed wise. I'm just happily repping through everything that's coming in at me. So speed it up, get through into room 4. Room 4 does have a little bit more tactical stuff to do in it. Room 1 has a little bit of tactics with regards to the stasis web of fire tower. Room 2 and 3 is basically just kill the NPCs and move on. Room 4, I'll get to that when we get there. So again, fast forward it, we'll get you through to the next room. Okay, so room 4, as I said, tactics. You want to load up your javelins. And then what I like to do is split my turrets into 3 and 3 for in here. Also, instead of sorting by distance, I sort by type. So you want to split by 3 turrets. And if you scroll down the types, you'll see there's 4 Sansha stasis towers in here. Lock up all 4 turrets, pop it on approach. These are the only turrets that you need to take out in here. One set of missiles on there, one set of missiles on there. Basically, you don't want them because of the amount of NPCs in here. You don't want them hauling you down to 0 speed by locking you up and webbing you. So you take those turrets out, and once you've done that, it's back to plain sailing and fly around, kill off. Again, left to right is the way I like to do it. There's an awful lot of small destroyers in here, so for DPS wise, what I like to do is just wipe out some of those guys as well. So left to right, so approach him, Once the towers are done, back up the ladder, keep on your javelins. I know some of them are in range of my rage, but save the time, lock them up, fire away. You want to take out some of this just because of the amount of DPS. If you do find you're taking a bit too much damage, again, slap on your prop mob, just get burnt up, basically put your speed up, you reduce the amount of damage taken. As you'll hear, my alarm's going off, so prop mod on. With my javelins, they go pretty fast. And the smaller mobs, so just killing them all off. Not worry about the alarm. This is the only room I tend to find any problem with regards to tank. As I say, problem, it's not really a problem. I'm still slaughtering them. Keep my missiles split going through. It's basically just the amount of NPCs shooting at you all at the same time. Save you getting yourself into any kind of trouble. Just lock up, fire away. And just happy hunting basically. So get a bit close to these guys now, so what I'm going to do is just put it on an orbit. Orbit 7.5k. Keep going round, just keep shooting. 1-1. There's an awful lot of them. You can see yourself how many I've actually killed so far, how many of them are still left. Get on a reload. The only time you need
has run out of charges.
To worry is in this room. Next room, don't have any problem in the next room. Shouldn't have any problem in the next room. As long as you're doing the next tactic, which I will go into obviously when we get into that room. But again, pretty simple, easy. Lock them up, fire. Now, as I said, in here, take a little bit of time. I'm just going to kill off some of these, the rest of these little ones, take out some of the battle cruisers as well while I'm at it, just to take away the DPS, leave myself with just the battleships, and then I will put it back on to normal round of Molnir Rage. As I said, I just like in this room to get rid of all the small stuff, because the small stuff is obviously burning towards you, it's attracted to you, and it's doing the most DPS. There's battleships away in the distance, they're not really hitting you for that much. You can see the fact that I've took out so much of the actual total NPCs, no longer receiving alarm bells to say, oh no, you're taking lots of damage. Prop mods on, speeds up, nice little orbit around this battleship. I'm ready to kill him as well. Good. All good. So we're on the last kind of batch now, so I'll just speed it up until we get into the last gate. I'll come back to you just before we're going through the gate and explain the last room to you again. Okay? Now, as I'm onto the last mob here, you'll notice there is a number of containers within this room. This is room 4. Number of containers. Now, none of these have anything other than ammo in them. It's like 100 ammo. Nothing of any kind of value within it. Like iron, antimatter stuff, like 100 of each. I've had a couple of times, I've opened a couple just to see, just in the random chance there may be something in here. Never anything of anything value in there. The one you want to be looking out for is this one here, labelled Special Products and in red. You would want to run over and open that before going into the next room. Sometimes you get a kind of true Sansha loot or other stuff like that within it. Not had anything of great value from this, but I have been told it can drop some kind of 100 million object. I've yet to find it myself, so I'll keep trying to open it. I'm not going to scour over it. It's easy little bit of ass just to fly in and open. Now, the last room we're going into, we've got to be opening up and reloading into our Scourge Rage Heavy Assault Missiles for the last room. Again, all your launchers grouped as one. We'll fly in and see what we get here before heading out to the gate called the Station Ultima. And you see, ISK value 3,190, nothing of any loot value. So hit on the gate and move to the next section, the last room for this site. Now, these Soran's passkeys, I believe, are used for a static site. They're usually dotted all around the place. I was told that in the past they used to be for opening the gate that I'm about to fly through. Nowadays I think they're just used for
warp drive active.
Gaining access to the gates to the static 10 out of 10 sites that are dotted around the map. Never done one myself. I know our corporation tends to run them set times throughout the day. And I believe it can only be done once a day as well. Now, walking into the last room, you'll notice again an awful lot of NPCs, etc. Don't want to worry about them. All you want to do is lock up this, the Station Ultima. Big bad boy in the middle. Lock him up. Launch a Scourge Rage at him. Now, in this room, don't move. That's the tactic. Tactic is not to move, just sit still. Do not worry about that big hit there. 1,538 damage. That came from the torpedo that the Station Ultima fires. But, as you will see, I've already ripped that back up. He'll hit me maybe another once before the end of this video, and that's about it. Now, the whole standing still tactic, I'm webbed, as you can see, by the tower, and he does fire the big torpedo, doing a lot of damage. I'm sitting still here, taking no damage. You'll notice on the right hand side here in my window, these are the only 2 NPCs that are locking me up right now. They are, throughout the whole time until you blow up the station, the only 2 ships that'll be shooting at you. Everything else just minds itself, flies around, doesn't care that you're even destroying their citadel, for example, and you can just laugh at them. What I'll do is I'll speed it up until we get into the end bit and show you the nice big explosion. When the explosion goes off, you want to head in. There's a little white box that you want to, and that's where your loot's contained within the Ultima itself. At that point, that's when everything else in the system starts locking you up and starts shooting at you, basically. I did say I was going to speed it up, but I'm pretty much ready to blow this thing out of space, so I'll just keep talking and boring you guys. Hope you've enjoyed everything so far. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. This is my second video. Probably do a few more now that I kind of think I've got the bug to it. Get the likes going for me, please. That would be great, because likes are obviously
A module has
get
run
it
out of
shared.
charges.
Doing a quick reload here. Now you'll see the second attack hit takes me 67% shield. But again, 1, 2, 3 reps. Nothing to it whatsoever. He's got nothing on me, and I need to remember obviously. Once I've reloaded my actual launchers, I keep forgetting that I need to activate them again, which is quite a bit of a pain, I think. Once they know you're shooting, you reload, you should start shooting until your target's actually dead, but hey, such as CCP mechanics. So I'm almost dead. Now what I like to do here is just put my approach on, prop mod on, and go for it. That's him. Kablam! You see a little white box appearing. He's down here. Cargo container. An open cargo container. Now you'll notice everything starts to lock me up as I approach the cargo container. Station Ultima has been torn to shreds, and with it, nation's hopes of establishing a foothold in this area. Lovely big explosion. I do like the explosions. My favourite are the blue. And let's go and get this booty. Now, obviously you want to make sure you're warping out to the correct spot, because everything in this room is going to be targeting you. Up to yourself, you can lock it up. Here we go. Yellow box, red box. It's all starting now. If you choose, you can basically just stay here and fly around, shoot everything. It's not really much point. You can get an extra 10, 11 million of bounties, maybe even 15 million out of it. Me, just get the loot, get out of here. I'm not going to show you just now until I dock. So I will, there we go. Oh, that's a nice blingy one. And let's get out of here. So, friendship, Astra House, dock, prop mod off. Let's have a wee little sneaky peek here. Oh, so I've got this little guy here. This little guy here. Got 94 million, 60 million, 50, 60 million, say again for that. Little 3 million there. Did I get the big bad boy? No. In here you can get a Nightmare blueprint. Nightmare blueprints currently are selling for 330 million, I believe. Basically just put them on a wee contract, 330 million, I'm sure somebody will snap them up. But that's me coming to the end of the video, docking up, switch back into my travel fit, get back home. Thanks again for all your time, folks. As I said, smash the likes, feel free to subscribe. More subscribers I get, the more likely I will start to make some more tutorial videos for everybody, try and update to 2018 some of the older videos that are no longer in use now. Not a very experienced player myself, but I seem to like this whole video thing, so give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you again in the future. Thank you very much.